Welcome back to Demolition Worker. Today, we explore how advanced technology tackles dangerous dust pollution at massive Iranian construction sites safely. Iran features a uniquely dry and harsh climate, making massive demolition projects incredibly challenging due to severe airborne dust pollution risks daily. Fine dust particles from collapsing buildings can easily travel miles, threatening the respiratory health of vulnerable residents living in nearby urban communities. To combat this invisible enemy, modern engineering introduces a brilliant solution designed to protect both the fragile environment and local civilian populations. Enter the Green Squad, a fleet of specialized high-pressure mist cannons engineered to suppress hazardous airborne particles with absolute mathematical precision. Historically, construction crews used simple water hoses, but those primitive methods were entirely ineffective against massive clouds of microscopic toxic silica dust. Today, these powerful machines are positioned strategically around the perimeter, ready to deploy millions of microscopic water droplets into the polluted air. The secret lies in the specialized turbine fans, which launch a highly concentrated stream of water vapor over incredible distances with ease. Inside the cannon barrel, dozens of tiny ceramic nozzles atomize the pressurized water, creating a dense artificial fog that mimics natural clouds. Heavy excavators prepare to strike a massive concrete structure, while the dedicated dust suppression team carefully calibrates their advanced water cannon systems. The contrast between these brutal steel demolition machines and the delicate fluid dynamics of water creates a fascinating ballet of industrial engineering. Operators closely monitor local wind speeds and atmospheric humidity, ensuring the mist cannons are perfectly angled to intercept the impending dust cloud. Safety protocols dictate that no structural demolition can begin until the Environmental Protection Squad has fully established their defensive perimeter of moisture. As the giant hydraulic breaker smashes into the reinforced concrete wall, a terrifying cloud of toxic gray dust violently erupts skyward immediately. Without proper intervention, this dangerous debris cloud would aggressively spread across the entire city, causing severe environmental damage and serious health emergencies. Instantly, the automated high-pressure cannons roar to life, blasting a concentrated stream of ultrafine mist directly into the expanding cloud. The microscopic water droplets collide with the floating dust particles, increasing their mass and forcing them to quickly fall safely to Earth. Sunlight catches the artificial fog, creating stunning miniature rainbows that beautifully contrast against the harsh, dry background of the active demolition site. This elegant scientific process effectively neutralizes the airborne threat, ensuring that the surrounding neighborhoods remain completely safe from harmful construction site pollution. The mist cannons continuously sweep back and forth, creating an impenetrable, invisible shield of moisture that traps every single escaping dust particle. Operators monitor the wind direction carefully, adjusting the powerful spray angle to maximize coverage and maintain total control over the hazardous environment. It is truly mesmerizing to watch how a simple natural element like water can tame the violent chaos of heavy industrial demolition. The ground quickly turns damp, securely locking the fallen debris in place and preventing any secondary winds from stirring up the dust. This proactive approach demonstrates a profound commitment to public health, proving that industrial progress does not have to destroy our precious environment. Modern demolition is no longer just about tearing things down. It is about managing the complex environmental impact with smart, sustainable solutions. Every single droplet of water is carefully calculated to ensure maximum dust suppression without creating dangerous mud pits around the working machinery. These intelligent suppression systems utilize advanced sensors to automatically adjust their water flow based on the real-time density of the dust. Watching a massive concrete pillar crumble into nothingness while a gentle mist gracefully catches the debris is a truly beautiful cinematic experience. The local residents who once suffered from chronic respiratory issues now breathe much easier thanks to these innovative environmental protection technologies daily. Engineers spent years perfecting the exact droplet size required to capture silica dust, ensuring the water does not simply evaporate before contact. If the water droplets are too large, they simply fall through the dust cloud without capturing any of the dangerous airborne particles. Conversely, if the droplets are too small, the wind will simply blow them away, rendering the entire suppression effort completely useless today. Finding that perfect equilibrium is the true genius behind the Green Squad. transforming a chaotic demolition site into a highly controlled environment. We can see the massive excavator tearing through steel rebar, generating intense heat and friction that normally creates thick plumes of smoke. However, the constant stream of cooling mist instantly quenches the heat, preventing any toxic smoke from joining the heavy concrete dust cloud. The sheer scale of these Iranian construction sites requires multiple cannons working in perfect synchronization to cover the vast operational footprint entirely. Water is a precious resource in this arid landscape, so the cannons are designed to be incredibly efficient, using minimal liquid volume. Recycled industrial water is often utilized in these machines, further enhancing the overall sustainability of the demolition project and protecting local reserves. As the sun beats down relentlessly on the dry earth, the artificial mist provides a surprisingly refreshing atmosphere for the hard-working crew. You can clearly see the dramatic visual difference between the unprotected zones and the areas actively shielded by the high-pressure cannons. The unprotected zones look like a post-apocalyptic wasteland, while the shielded areas appear clean, organized, and completely safe for human activity. Each cannon is mounted on a highly mobile chassis, allowing the environmental team to quickly reposition them as the demolition progresses forward. Communication between the excavator operator and the cannon crew is absolutely vital to ensure the water spray is always targeting the action. When a particularly stubborn section of the building finally collapses, the sudden displacement of air pushes the dust outward with explosive force. The mist cannons anticipate this shockwave, automatically ramping up their turbine speed to create a much thicker barrier of protective water vapor. The resulting collision between the expanding dust shockwave and the dense water barrier is a spectacular display of opposing physical forces colliding. Slowly but surely, the water always wins, pulling the heavy, saturated dust particles down into a neat pile of manageable wet debris. This wet debris is much easier to transport away from the site, as it will not blow out of the dump trucks. Environmental inspectors regularly visit these sites to ensure the misting equipment is functioning perfectly and adhering to strict national air quality standards. Failing to properly suppress the dust can result in massive financial penalties and the immediate shutdown of the entire urban demolition project. Therefore, the Green Squad is not just an optional luxury, they are an absolutely critical component of modern urban development and safety. Look closely at the shimmering mist and you will notice how it beautifully refracts the harsh sunlight into a spectrum of colors. These tiny, unexpected rainbows bring a touch of natural beauty to an otherwise brutal and mechanical landscape filled with heavy steel machinery. It is a poetic reminder that even in the midst of destruction, we can find ways to preserve and honor the environment. The excavator continues its relentless work, systematically dismantling the old structure, piece by piece, while the protective mist constantly surrounds its cabin. The operator inside the cabin enjoys clear visibility, allowing them to work faster and much safer than they ever could without suppression. Without the mist, the operator would be completely blinded by the swirling dust, significantly increasing the risk of a catastrophic workplace accident. The high-pressure pumps driving these cannons are marvels of modern engineering, capable of maintaining consistent flow rates under extreme environmental conditions. They draw water from massive mobile tanks, pushing it through heavy-duty hoses that snake across the dusty ground of the site. Every connection and valve must be perfectly sealed to prevent pressure drops that could compromise the effectiveness of the protective mist barrier. As the afternoon winds begin to pick up, the challenge of containing the dust becomes exponentially more difficult for the suppression crew. The cannon operators quickly adjust the elevation and oscillation settings, creating a dynamic moving wall of water that effectively counters the wind. It requires constant vigilance and a deep understanding of fluid dynamics to keep the dust fully contained during these unpredictable weather shifts. The dedication of these environmental workers is truly inspiring as they stand on the front lines protecting the city from invisible harm. We often praise the massive machines that tear down buildings, but the quiet heroes are the ones keeping the breathable air clean. The interplay of light, water, and settling dust creates a dramatic, almost theatrical atmosphere that transforms the construction site into a stage. As another massive concrete slab crashes to the ground, the resulting plume is instantly swallowed by the relentless barrage of heavy mist. The ground is now covered in a thick layer of damp, heavy mud, a clear sign that the dangerous dust has fallen. This method of demolition significantly reduces the cleanup time required once the building has been completely leveled to its foundational concrete base. Sweeping up dry dust is nearly impossible, but scooping up damp earth is a simple task for the waiting fleet of loaders. The efficiency gained by using these mist cannons easily offsets the initial investment required to purchase and maintain the advanced suppression equipment. Furthermore, the positive public relations gained by demonstrating a clear commitment to environmental health is absolutely invaluable to any modern construction firm. Neighbors who might normally protest a noisy, dirty demolition project are often reassured when they see the Green Squad actively suppressing dust. It builds vital trust between the developers and the community, ensuring that urban renewal projects can proceed smoothly without facing angry opposition. The science of dust suppression continues to evolve rapidly, with new technologies constantly emerging to make the process even more highly efficient. Some experimental systems are now using electrically charged water droplets to magnetically attract the dust particles, achieving almost perfect containment and safety. However, the reliable high-pressure mist cannons we see today remain the undisputed industry standard for large-scale, heavy-duty demolition operations. As the sun begins to set over the Iranian landscape, the demolition work finally slows down for the long, quiet desert evening. The mist cannons are powered down, their turbines spinning to a silent halt as the last drops of water fall to earth. The air remains incredibly clear and crisp, completely devoid of the choking smog that usually accompanies such massive and destructive industrial projects. The crew can pack up their equipment knowing they have done their job cleanly, protecting both themselves and the surrounding urban neighborhoods. Tomorrow, they will return to do it all again, continuing their vital mission of safe, sustainable, and environmentally conscious heavy industrial demolition. Let us take a final moment to appreciate the incredible engineering that makes this delicate balance of destruction and preservation entirely possible. From the raw power of the hydraulic breakers to the elegant precision of the misting nozzles, every element plays a crucial role. It is a perfect symphony of heavy machinery and environmental science, working perfectly together to build a much cleaner and safer future. By prioritizing public health over simple convenience, these Iranian construction crews are setting a brilliant new standard for the global demolition industry. The majestic sight of a rainbow forming inside a man-made dust cloud is something that will always capture the human imagination. It proves that even the dirtiest jobs can be executed with a sense of grace, responsibility, and profound respect for the environment. We hope this deep dive into the world of dust suppression has given you a new appreciation for the complexities of construction. The next time you see a building coming down, look closely for the invisible heroes working tirelessly to keep your air clean. They are the silent guardians of our urban atmosphere, ensuring that progress never comes at the expense of our precious respiratory health. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey through the dusty yet surprisingly beautiful world of modern environmental demolition and safety. We will continue to bring you the most exciting, educational, and visually stunning stories from the front lines of global heavy industry. Always remember that true engineering greatness is measured not just by what we build, but by how responsibly we handle the destruction. Stay curious, stay informed, and never stop marveling at the incredible ways human ingenuity can solve our most pressing global environmental challenges. Please like, subscribe, and share this video to help us spread awareness about the critical importance of sustainable and responsible construction practices. This has been Demolition Worker, your ultimate source for heavy machinery and engineering marvels. Goodbye, and we will see you next time.